Hi guys, it's Zoe from Zoe's Vintage and Thrift. Great to see you. Please like the videos, please comment, please subscribe. I'll also leave a link down into my membership in the description. So today I thought we would talk about eBay Cassini, which is basically eBay's internal search engine. It's the algorithm essentially. So I thought we would just come and have a chat about it and see how we can make the most of it. So what Cassini does is it will basically try and direct customers, to the most relevant item based on their search. And Cassini will use some of the following terms. So if, for example, it will look at things like your photos, your description, your product information. So basically your item specifics, titles. It will also look at your seller metrics. So that's things like whether you're rated below standard, above standard, or top rated seller. It'll also look at your performance, like if you've got any cases not resolved, all that kind of thing as well. And it will basically look at the click-through rate and the sell-through rate as well, feedback, and also your shipping policies too. Now, obviously, we're not going to know every single intricate detail of an algorithm. No one's going to know that. We don't know whether it changes or tweaks. But I think it's helpful to actually know what Cassini is and how it's used in eBay. And I think that actually helps you understand more as to why you need good photos, why you need a good title and description, and why all these things are so important. If you understand the search engine itself that eBay uses, because that's how your listings come to the top or don't come to the top. So, I think it's fair enough saying, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And, but why? Well, it's because of Cassini. So I think, it's a really good thing to know. So firstly, photos, obviously try and be professional as you can with your photos. Use a background if you can. I use a white background because white backgrounds tend to help with Google SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. Cassini is a search engine, and that's basically what we're doing here. We're performing search engine optimizations because we want to optimize our listings enough to be able to come up at the top. So use all photos if you can. I mean, eBay's got 24 photos, but at least do 12 as a minimum, I'd say, if you can. Product information is the item specifics. Now, this is something that I've been going through because if that item specific isn't relevant to my product, it might be it's a Nike jumper, but it's asking me for a character. Well, there's not a character. Instead of leaving it blank, I've been putting NA in there. Some people are a bit divided whether you should leave it blank or not. I don't think it really hurts to put not applicable in there because it's not applicable. And instead of leaving it blank, you're still giving the search engine something to look for rather than just leaving it blank. Because if you leave it blank, it's got nothing to look for. That's the way that I'm kind of seeing it now. So I put not applicable in there. Obviously, the next one is your title. So there's 80 characters there. Try and use them all. And this is also your opportunity to get your keywords in. Again, obviously, we're thinking about search engine optimization here. So we need to think about when we're writing our title, how someone would search for that item. If they're looking for it, how are they going to search for it? They're not necessarily just going to write Nike jumper, are they? You need to say, the colour, the brand, the size, does it have like a centre swoosh on it? Is it embroidered? Does it have a pocket? Try and get in as many keywords as you can in that title. Now, with the description, this is something that I'm working on at the moment as well. So I always put my title in the description, but I'm working on trying to just describe the item a little bit more and just putting some extra keywords in there. Now, what I'm not saying to do is do something that's called black hat SEO. Black hat SEO is where you basically deploy tactics that are spammy, essentially. And search engines are a lot more wiser to it now, and they will pick it up and they will put your listings down. So an example of that is if in your description you just wrote a load of words that made no sense. So say for example we're selling a Nike jumper, and then in your description you put things like Nike, football, rugby, sport, athleisure, streetwear, casual, hipster, indie, skater, just words like that, because it doesn't make sense and the search engine isn't going to pick that up. It wants to see real sentences with these words added in, not just word, 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 word. And that is something that's called black hat SEO, which is kind of frowned upon. The next things we've got is policies. So for example, this can be like your shipping policies or your return policies, whether you're shipping things on time, which again kind of links into seller metrics now. So obviously you can get late delivery percentages on your seller metrics if you're not shipping things on time, if you have a high item not as described rate. If you do, you know, get people who are sending things back as item not as described, but actually it is described, they just haven't read the listing. For example, I had a pair of jeans sent back. In the title and the description it said these jeans were crop jeans, and they were sent back because they said they didn't come past his ankle. Well, that was the point, they're cropped. So you can report those buyers because it is a misuse of policies, and that will help your percentage come down. That was something that I wasn't doing before because I was like, well, you know, eBay never on the side of the seller, blah blah blah, you know. But that's something I've started doing now because my item not as described rate really crept up, and it was because I wasn't fighting my corner. You have to fight your corner because these things will affect where you come up in the search engine. So the next thing is click-through rate. So Cassini will look at how many people are clicking on your items, how many people are clicking through, how you've managed to generate that click-through rate as well, and also sell-through rate. You know, what's the sell-through rate like of your products too? Have you got a store that is moving stock? You know, Cassini does not like lots of old items. If you've got lots of old items on your store, it might be time to start thinking of just taking them off of your eBay store. If you list on multiple platforms like I do, my Vinted and my Depop, I would be likely to keep them on there. They're not quite as, obviously they still have algorithms, but it's not quite the same as eBay. So that's something that I'm going to start looking into now, is actually taking them off but keeping them for sale elsewhere. So that basically in a small nutshell is how to beat Cassini, which is eBay's algorithm. I hope you found that helpful. Please comment below down on what you think, and hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you soon. Bye!